Here's the bridegroom. Hey, everybody. I want to thank you for this today. Yeah. Set up here. There we go. You can see chat. Bring it up. Uh, as you know, I'm kind of new to this. Still trying to fill things out, but I am hoping to make this a more regular thing. What do we do here at the MC? My 2 cents. What we do is we take a look at some news things going on in the world at the moment. I want to give you my two me Christian, so it'll be from a Christian's point of view. Now, before we go on, I do want to remind everyone out there to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this because our goal here at the MNC is to get people saved. You out there can help us do that simply by sharing this video. Also, you can become a member of the MNC. Help support us in what we're doing here. I would love to be able to upgrade some of my equipment. Like, just to be honest, I'm having to use my phone as my webcam. I would like to buy a webcam. I would like to buy better audio equipment because as everyone, I don't know if anyone remembers, but last week wasn't able to do this live stream because I was having audio issues. Love to be able to get some better audio equipment. Also, be able to help me make connections, bring people in so I can do more interviews, guys. And you can help me by so hit that join button and hit that subscribe button. Also help just by becoming a subscriber. Follow us here at the MNC, and you'll get to see all of our videos. We do here at the MNC. We do Bible studies, response videos, and these little my 2 cents. I guess you call them a live stream. Also, I am working on making some animated series. Start doing animation. But that's coming in the future. I don't know when exactly, but just to let everyone out there know what's coming down the pipe. But I would love it if you subscribe. But let's get into this. Let's take a look at our first story here. What do you say? See right here, the lawmakers will pass school voucher bill. The votes are there. This is in my home state of Texas. They're passing a school voucher, which is kind of like a school choice program for the students here in Texas. Let's read this. Oh, close this right here. Right. Know how these ads are. This here, Texas government leaders who gathered at San Antonio Christian School on Monday night predicted that the state house will pass a school voucher bill with legislative session. I'm proud to say that the votes are there to do this in the Texas House, said Speaker Dustin Burrows, echoing comments he made to the American Statesman earlier this month after the Senate passed a voucher proposal. Burrows spoke Monday at a private, non denominational Christian school alongside Republican Governor Greg Abbott. I am a fan of Greg Abbott. Like I said, Texas is my home state. I am a fan of Greg Abbott. I don't like everything he does. It's just like I don't like everything Trump does. But I am a fan of them both. Uh Not so much a Republican. Anyways, neither here nor there, but let's keep going. Let's see here. Who chairs the House Committee at Public Education and other House members as part of the governor's statewide parent endowment tour. Abbott has, for more than a year, toured private schools across the state to raise support for school voucher legislation. Abbott has since the 2023 legislative session fervently advocated for a voucher program which he calls school choice. This program would use public money to pay for private schooling. School vouchers proponents argue that government subsidies for private education will provide more schooling opportunities for parents, particularly those from low income backgrounds. Opponents worry such proposals would divert money away from cash strapped public schools. You know, me personally, I went to a Christian private school, Westside Christian Academy. They're not around anymore. Maybe if this was around back then, maybe they'd still be here. And when I look back at my life, I'm so grateful for the education that I received in that school. You know, anyways, I guess there's no point in going to that. But I wanted to bring that up because I remember when I was attending school, I remember hearing my grandparents complain about how they had to pay for the private school plus taxes taken out for the public school. So they were paying for two schools and only getting the benefit of one of them. And so it was, I just remember growing up hearing them complain about it. This kind of evens the field there because all these kids that are in private school, their parents are also having to pay for public school that they're not utilizing. And that's just not fair. Now, as far as the opponents complaining that it would divert money away from cash strapped public school, well, I have to be honest. My opinion is that, the public schools have been in trouble for a while. And you know what? E- e- Every time their answer is, well, throw more money at it, throw more money at it. And it's done nothing but got worse and worse, worse and worse. The IQ levels of students have steadily been declining. Uh, it's just nothing works. And then you got, I think it was President Bush Jr. who implemented no kid left behind. To me that was a bad program because all that did was make it where teachers were grade things on a curve just so that they could meet the numbers, get the kids through. It didn't really help anybody. When the idea behind it was to get more focused on teaching the kids to bring their education level, not fudge the numbers and grade on curves. And plus, me personally, stuff they're teaching in school nowadays. I mean, COVID really exposed it to the point to where parents were going to school board meeting complaining. Then the government uh put them on a, what was it, a terrorist list or something like that. I forget. It's crazy the stuff that they're teaching the kids in school nowadays. And I think that this program is a good program because now parents can decide what their children will learn. They will be the ones deciding, okay, I want my kids to learn this. And if a parent wants their kid to learn something else, then they can send them to that school to learn that. Um, so that's my 2 cents on that. But I also do have another thing I came across when studying and looking into this. I want you guys to read this right here. This is from the Texas Tribune. Why do people oppose voucher program? If Texas creates a voucher program, public schools would receive less money for every child who leaves. Which Texas, that's kind of not the way it's working. What it is they're setting up a separate account where each kid will get 10 grand. Now I know they say, well, if the kids go to a private school, the public schools will only get money for kids that are in the school. But what do you want me to say? You guys are failing. And you guys are always saying, well, we need more money. We need more money. So we keep giving you more money and you keep failing. It's, what do they say the definition of ignorance is or insanity? is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Well, you know what? We've been doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And that's throwing money at the schools, throwing more money at the schools, throwing more. And they have not been. So now it's time, in my opinion, to try something. But let's continue reading right here. Some voucher opponents have accused supporters of wanting to undermine public education and establish an educational system that reflects conservative Christian values. Right there. I want everyone to look at this right here. Reflects conservative Christian values. And now I want you to ask yourself, what exactly are they saying right there? What are they implying? What are they trying to say? Are they trying to say that conservative Christian values are bad? Or is that what they're saying? Look, I'm a Christian and I have Christian values and I'm a conservative. And you're right there. This statement right there makes me seem like I'm a bad guy. No, no. This statement right here kind of makes me, this statement right here makes me mad. Talk about, well, be YouTube friendly. I was about to say something that isn't YouTube friendly. But I'm a fan of the school voucher things. I know some people have their little theories out there about as to why. I even heard one guy say that, oh well, Governor Abbott's only doing it because some conspiracy theory about his wife and the connections he has. Well, well, you know what? It still don't change the fact that something needs to be done. COVID, COVID exposed a lot of things. Parents want something different, and schools have been failing for a long time. All they've hollered is send more money, send more money, send more money, and us sending more hasn't fixed the. Matter of fact, it's steadily gone down. So now it's time to do something different. Time to try something different, and let's give parents choice. Because I think the main problem with public school is that it has to cater to everybody. So there's a lot of things that they have to include that make other people mad. There's a lot of things they have to exclude that make this group of people mad. Well, this all of this affects and their education. Well, let's get rid of all that. Give the parents the choice. Let let the parents choose where their kids go and what they learn. Whether it's conservative Christian values or it's the theory, I'll say again, theory of evolution. And I really makes me mad when public schools and colleges even teach it as though it's fact or not fact. It's a theory. It's an unproven theory. Anyways, that's a subject for another video. I've actually done some videos on them in the past. If you go through my page, and while we're on that topic, before we go to the next subject, because I think I'll end this one right here. Uh, I do want to remind everyone out there once again to hit the like button, comment. I'd love to see if what any of you have to say out there about this. I know this is only my second live stream. I'm expecting a lot of people to comment, but I would love to hear your thoughts on, because this video will be up for a while. Leave a comment, and we can talk in the comments about it. Let's have a conversation. Also, share this video because my main goal here at MNC is so sad. Spread the message of the good news to everyone, and you on the other side of the screen help me do that simply by sharing the video. Also, you can help support us here at the MNC by becoming a member. Right underneath this video, you'll see a join button. If you join and become a member of the MNC family, not only will you be able to get badges that will appear before your name in the comment, I see them, I will make my best effort to read and respond to your comments. But not only will you have these badges, but they'll be color coded so that people, when they see them and I see them, I'll know how long you've been a member. Also, there are emojis that I've made myself. Now, granted, I'm not the best of, not very good at making. And if you become a member, maybe I could pay to have some, but you'll get emojis that you can use to put in your comments. Also, there's a second tier. The here's the bridegroom. $3.99. You not only will you get access to all of that, but you will also get access to members only videos. Videos made just for you. And I will be making posts about upcoming videos and things that are going on here behind the scenes just for you, my members. We can create a personal relationship with another. What do you say? But let's get on with it. Let's go on to the next topic. Let's see here. Cursor over here. Oh, before I go on, I did want to read a Bible verse from Proverbs 22 for you on the subject of the schools. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. This should be that every parent should live by. I really do believe that us as parents nowadays have gotten to where, you know, and this is something else that really heavily revealed to me, at least during COVID, seeing all these videos of moms and dads complaining about children being home all day. They're your kids. They're your children. They should be home with you. You should want them home with you. Oh my gosh. But send them to a place if you are, or at least homeschool them. That way you're training them up, your morals, and the way you want them to live, and they will not depart from it. Now, if you let me choose, I'm going to choose, beg you, raise them up with Christian values, Christian morals. That's just me. I'll leave it there. Now, let's, like I said, trying to keep the video short, go on and on and on. Because, like I said, I'm new to these live streams and just trying to get a feel for it. So let's go on to this next video. I mean, this next story. This one here is from the CBN. Uh, Pop up. Letting me get rid of it. Anyways, okay. Now this one is, these four men are most cited online searches. Oh man. Online searches about the Antichrist. Here's what the Bible says. Okay. What does Donald Trump, Elon Musk, King Charles III, and Emmanuel Macron all have in common? Beyond their obvious similarities as wealthy, famous men who command global attention, these individuals share another fascinating uh, distinction. Sorry, got tongue tied there, you guys. They are the most frequently cited candidates in recent online searches, discussions about the identity of the Antichrist. Uh, this phenomenon is trying to identify the Antichrist isn't new. Throughout history, many have attempted to make temporary figures as biblical prophecies about the future world leader. In the 20th century alone, figures as diverse as Mussolini, Hitler, Stalin, and various popes were suggested as candidates. While such speculation can be intriguing, it's essential to ground our understanding in Scripture's actual criteria for identifying the Antichrist. The Bible provides specific characteristics that will identify this figure. These can be divided into two categories. These those categories that will be observable before his full revelation as the Antichrist, and characteristics that will only become evident afterward. These also will. Uh, there's also one pivotal event that will confirm his identity conclusively. Therefore, the Antichrist's revelation, we would expect to see several key indicators. First among them is his emergence as a charismatic world leader with exceptional intelligence and persuasive speaking ability. Secondly, the Antichrist will play an initial role as a peacemaker, particularly regarding Israel. Thirdly, he will possess some connection to the former Roman Empire. Fourth, it will have a notable rise from relative obscurity to power. Finally, he must be male, as Scripture constantly uses masculine pronouns to describe him. This is right. Uh, Now, the Roman Empire, this comes from the Four Hills, the Revelation, uh, the coming from obscurity, power. This comes from Daniel, which is actually kind of a part of a verse I'm going to read you after this, Daniel 11. These criteria help explain why certain leaders frequently appear in internet searches and general speculation. Take Emmanuel Macron, for instance. As France's youngest ever president, his rapid rise to power and charismatic leadership style checks several boxes. His role in European politics, particularly his vision for a 10 nation empire, European military coalition, has caught, uh, lost my spot, military coalition has caught the attention of prophecy watchers. His background in economics and digital affairs might be relevant to future global economic control. Some even point to his name Emmanuel, meaning God with us, as potentially significant, given that the Antichrist will ultimately demand worship as God. Yet, while these parallels are interesting, some or all of the criteria could apply to numerous other world leaders as well. Read a little bit more. Similar connections could be drawn to other figures on our initial list. Some point to Mark Zuckerberg's influence over global communications and digital currency initiative, or Bill Gates' involvement in global health policy, technological innovation. Others highlight Jared Kushner's role in Middle East peace negotiations and King Charles III's position as head of the Church of England. The true identity, Antichrist's identity, will be confirmed by one pivotal event: the confirmation and later breaking of a 7-year peace covenant for Israel. This agreement violation at the midpoint of the 7-year tribulation marked the beginning of his unveiled reign of terror. Now, see, they're right here. This is going to be the moment that nobody will be able to. And he breaks this treaty, the 7-year treaty. It's no more guessing, no more wondering. We will know who the Antichrist is. But I do want to read Daniel 11 here for you, uh, because I think if you want to have like a precursor be able to know when someone really is getting close to becoming that they just might be the Antichrist. There's some criteria in Daniel 11. It's more about how he comes to power, the events that will happen before he comes. Now, I know that some trying to think what they call themselves, preterists. They believe that the tribulation has already happened, and some of them believe that we're living in the kingdom now. Uh, they and historians will say, "Hey, this is one of the passages in Daniel that's so accurate that some historians say, oh no, he couldn't be this accurate. It had to be written after the fact. Oh, that's not the case. Although, and that's not the topic of this of this video, but if you follow us here at the MNC, you know that we believe in like this duality of prophecy, that God causes history to repeat itself over and over. And this is one of those passages that I would cite as he's going to cause it to repeat. This is also why a lot of eschatology, by the way, is the study of end prophecy. Some eschatologists also believe that this this passage here is about the Antichrist. But let's read. I want to start. Let's see here. Um, say verse 14. In those times, many will arise up against the king of the south. Violent ones among your own people will exalt themselves in fulfillment of the vision, but they will fail. Then the king of the north, I think I want to. Now, obviously, this is after he comes up against. The idea is that he's fighting against the king of the south and the king of the north are fighting. Oh, here it is, verse 18. Then he will turn his face toward the coastland, capture many of them. But a commander will put an end to his reproach. Now, pay attention to the things that are happening and will turn it back upon him. So, at some point, there's this guy who's going to be making war and he's going to go against the coastlands. One of his own commanders is going to turn against him. After this, he will turn back toward his own fortresses. So then he'll go back to his own land, toward his own fortresses, but will stumble and fall and be no more. Okay, so this guy gets taken out after he returns back to his own fortresses. Now, what is meant by stumble and fall and be no more? I'm pretty sure that when this event happens, we'll we'll know, or at least we'll be able to look back and be like, "Oh, that's it." Uh, in his place, one will arise who will send out a tax collector for the glory of his kingdom. Within a few days, he will be destroyed, though not in anger or in battle. So after him will arise another man who will be a tax collector. He'll be gathering in the taxes just to build up the glory of his kingdom. But he'll only last a few days, only a few days, and he'll be destroyed, but not in anger or in battle. Once again, what this means exactly, we don't know. So these are two guys within a short period of time. They're going to be taken out. Also in Daniel, you read about the little horn that comes up. But let's keep reading. In his place, a despicable person will arise. Royal honor will not be given to him, but he will come in a time of peace and seize the kingdom with intrigue. Then a flood of forces swept away before him and destroyed along with a prince of the covenant. After this is what they were talking about. Alliance is made with him. He will act deceitfully, for he will rise to power with only a few people. So the Antichrist will also rise to power with only a few after two others are taken out right before him. Uh, in a time of peace, He will invade the richest provinces and do what his fathers and forefathers never did. He will lavish plunder, loot, and wealth on his followers, and he will plot against the strongholds, but only for a time. And with a large army, he will stir up his power and his courage against the king of the south, who will mobilize a very large and powerful army, but will not withstand the plots devised against him. Those who eat from his provisions will seek to destroy him. His army will be swept away, and many will fall slain. So that's the idea I want to put out there, is that the little horn comes up, which three others are taken out for him. So this is key. Recognize how the Antichrist, who the Antichrist will be. Did Trump come to power like that? Oh, really say that. Did Elon Musk really know much about how he came to power? Billionaire and invented Tesla and other things like that. King Charles, I mean, his mother came to power after she passed. Did that? She didn't really go out exacting taxes, did she? Uh, and there was Emmanuel Macron. I don't really know much about Emmanuel Macron, um, other than he's pretty liberal. Not with that, but anyways, want to know how to identify the Antichrist before he comes? I just want everyone out there to know Daniel 11 is the key to that. Now, this video has already kind of gone a little longer than what I was wanting. Like I said, I want to try to keep these first few streams short because I'm trying to get feel for it, trying out new things, ways of doing stuff. But I want to thank you for joining me. And as always, remember to hit that like button, comment, share the video, because you can help me save souls just by sharing the video. Also, become a subscriber. Hit that subscribe button. If you like what you're seeing and hearing here, set up the notifications so that you get notified every time I go live and every time I put out a new video. I'm editing one right now on the history of the Bible. How did we get the 66 books of the Bible that we have today? Also, for those of you who want to become a member, support the channel. I am also working on other videos. Both of these videos I'm working on, I recorded an interview with our good friend Robert Flick. And but if you're a member, you'll get to see us talk about the history of the church. So please subscribe. Please support us here at the. Now with that, say goodbye to you, and I love you. Here's the bridegroom. Come on out to meet.